I feel the touch of hands so kind and tender. They're leading me in paths that I must trod. I have no fear when Jesus walks beside me, for I'm sheltered in the arms of God. So let the...
Hi, welcome to Verse of the Day. My name is Brandon Hathaway. I'm the preacher here at the Westside Church of Christ in Owensboro, Kentucky. I want to thank you for joining me today as we open up the Bible and study the Word of God. We're continuing our way through the book of Leviticus. If you're just joining us during this Verse of the Day, what we're doing is reading through a reading schedule that I had put out at the beginning of the year, and you can find that on our calendar part of the website. And if you would look us up and get on our website, and you can follow along through our reading where we read a chapter a day. As we read that chapter a day, I try to pick out some verses out of that chapter and present it every morning. And so today we're in Leviticus chapter 18. Leviticus chapter 18. If you'd like to turn over there with me and let us read verses 22 and 23. It says, "You shall not lie with a male as with a woman. It is an abomination. And you shall not lie with an animal, and so make yourself unclean with it. Neither shall any woman give herself to any animal to lie with it. It is perversion." There's a lot more in this chapter, and it's all focused on sexual immorality of men lying with their mothers, sisters, aunts, and vice versa. It's just family relatives that all of them are abomination, all of them are sin, unclean, and things that they were not to do. Some say they don't believe in luck, but today is June 1st. June 1st, and today is the day that they start celebrating. They have a whole month of celebrating the LGBTQ and any other letters I forgot, of celebrating homosexuality, celebrating gayness, bisexual, trans, and queerness. And yet here we are, the very first day of the month, as they start celebrating that, and we land on a verse that tells us, "You shall not lie with a male as with a woman. It is an abomination." And again, so many try to get caught up. I've heard the argument in the past of they didn't have a word for homosexuality or for gay back then. Well, they may not have that word, but here they explained exactly what it was. A male being with another male as he would with a woman. And it explains the actions. It explains what we're not supposed to be getting caught up into. Why? Because it is an abomination unto the Lord. It is a sin. It is uncleanness. Most of the time when you study this in the Old Testament, I believe there's a couple verses. I don't want to say there's more than that, or there might be. I think there's at least two spots as we study the Word of God. When it talks about homosexuality, right after it talks about lying with animals. And again, something that the world is back to, caught up again, full circle, probably never disappeared. As Solomon had brought out, there's nothing new under the sun. And so we see why God puts that in here. Why would we need to be told that you can't lay with an animal? We're not stupid. Yet there's people out there that would do that. People out there trying to marry animals. People out there trying to go forth and again, celebrate it. And people encouraging them and saying, good for you, way to get out there, way to to not be ashamed. Again, woe to you who call evil good and good evil. And that's what we got caught up in, is that the world is celebrating evil. They're celebrating uncleanness and rebellion to God. And so, again, it's something we can study. We can find scriptures. We can find book, chapter, and verse that point to what is right and what is not right in the relationship of marriage and what the sexual relationship is supposed to be. And so if you would desire to study this any further, you have questions of what the Bible really says, because you want your life right with God, not just because of what men say and what the world is doing and what everybody else is celebrating, but you truly want to make your life right with God, and you have struggled with these issues. Please reach out, let us know, so that we can study with you. We can show you the scriptures in which God has given us to make our lives right. And so I want to thank you for joining me. I hope that you have a blessed day. We have Bible class today, and it starts at 6:30 p.m. at the Westside Church of Christ. 6:30 p.m. will be a Bible class, and there's classes for all ages. I thank you again. I hope you have a blessed day, and if the Lord is willing, I will talk